One of the largest mistakes an AMC or GameStop retail investor makes is looking away from the stock when you should actually be looking at the stock. Every single time volume gets low on AMC, volume gets low on GameStop, people decide to stop paying attention to it, and you can see it across platforms on X, on YouTube. People's views and engagement starts dropping, and these people miss major opportunities in the stocks. They wait until it's running, then they get in, bag hold, and then they get pissed at the community once again. For those of you still paying attention, you are in a great position. AMC is trading at $3.09. The first thing that I want to talk about is we are going to be bouncing around in this video. We're going to start with AMC and GameStop. Then I'm going to jump into some other things with the market, and then more AMC and GameStop. Then the rest of the market, and I'm going to throw some blue chip stocks in here that I want to cover as well. AMC on the weekly time frame, okay, the week has closed, and we have closed the week green, slightly green, even though it is pushing for a new low, trading at 308, down 0.5% on the day today. There's a couple things I want you to pay attention to. First of all, everything is coming to fruition. With what we're tracking, we should be seeing a low either this week or next week. At most, we should see a bottom on AMC correlated to the previous rally. Now, AMC has also broken beneath the 30 on the RSI. This is extremely important because it shows that the stock is very, very, very oversold. And the further down this gets, the more room for upside that it has to go. On top of that, implied volatility for GameStop, we talked about it, has been extremely, extremely low. Implied volatility on AMC is likely low as well. I don't even have to check it. With that being said, AMC does not like to slow grind up like GameStop. It likes to gap higher. And I want to warn you right now that this could happen at any moment when it is least expected. That's why I brought it up. When people look away from their stocks, they're making a big mistake. In fact, I actually ended up adding some further dated call options. I'm not telling anybody to purchase call options. I think for the movement, it is a better idea to get in some shares, but a lot of people already have enough shares accumulated, and they do like to play options here and there. Again, it's not an insanely large position. I'm just saying some further outdated call options, June, July, September. If you want to know exact dates, strikes, all that other stuff, just get in the Discord. But overall, very oversold, a lot of room for upside. If you look at GameStop, we are now breaking below the midline on the 50 on the RSI, giving GameStop more room for upside. You can see we rejected off of the 70 on the RSI 2 times. We actually broke above back here when GameStop ripped all the way up to about $48 very, very quickly. And we rejected off of the 50 once again twice. So this cool off is very, very good for GameStop because both of our plays now have a lot more room to run after they have cooled off down a bit. Now the S&P 500 is trading at $600.53, down 1% on the day. We called out puts yesterday and they panned out very, very well in Discord. Looking at the weekly time frame, there is a pattern here that is playing out on the spot. You see 3 green weekly candles with the very, very similar body, but they are lower than one another. There's a couple of things that this can indicate. First of all, weak buying pressure. We are seeing a decent amount of volume, but buyers are failing to push the price higher on the market. Here's a major warning for anyone who is bullish on the market. There is no confirmation here. This could easily be a liquidity grab for market makers before they dump the price on bulls, and we have been calling for a bearish move on the SPY. However, there's also no confirmation of downside just yet. But what I can see from this pattern is it is more likely we see a reversal from the current trend, which is up, than we do see more upside based on the turbulence that we are getting. Bitcoin also got mass turbulence. It has had a bodily candle with an equal amount of wick on the upside as well as the bottom of the candle. However, the week is not over for crypto. And we need to see what the SPY does after market close today coming into the weekend. And then whatever crypto does over the weekend, you're likely to see it correlate into the market when the new week starts. And as of right now on the weekly time frame, it looks like Bitcoin has hit a double top, failed to break past 100K several times. And overall, like I said before, showing extreme weakness. We really need a bullish move in the month of February, otherwise you're going to see some bloodbath things happening in the market. On top of that, Fidelity just dumped over $100 million worth of crypto. Now, given the magnitude, maybe that's a little bit of a small amount, but selling could indicate some certain things. On top of that, we also seen MicroStrategy stop their buying. Now, we're going to talk about the market a little bit more, as well as GameStop and AMC, but really quick, I want to talk about Palantir. This is an important play to bring up, as many of you know, because we recently smashed earnings and we are now trading at $113.77. You cannot make this up. This stock is absolutely smashing through any resistance levels, and the next levels we have are between 123 and 133. Again, we can get caught up in at any point above those levels. We can get caught up at 126, right, on the way up to 133, or we can get caught up at 123.50. As of right now, this is not the stock to short against until you see a reversal. We saw a massive volume candle on this large move up, and we don't know where Wall Street is going to push this. As of right now, I would say if you're a long investor on Palantir, nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell in no way, shape, or form. What I do so, I assume you're paper trading, and I only give my opinions. Now that that's out of the way, I would let go of Palantir at $170 if we got up there off extreme momentum, and I would hang back and wait for a cool off. But as of right now, keep an eye on this stock because it is going absolutely insane. We have seen short exempts die down to the lowest I think I've ever seen them on AMC. 3,500 for the 4th of February. GameStop as well, 4,000 for the 6th of February, and then 2,000 for the 4th. We are majority seeing manipulation in the options chain. On top of that, majority is being traded in the dark pool. That's why you're not seeing a lot of short exempts happen, because 72% trading in the dark pool between 50 and 70% on AMC, 50 and 60% on GameStop, right? There's not a lot of price action happening here. But what I can tell you is there is a lot of purchase orders in the dark pool. So that's something to note as well. Now, the S&P 500 posted a negative 70-point reversal after President Trump said that he plans to issue reciprocal tariffs as early as today. On top of that, Justin Trudeau said that Trump is not joking about making Canada a 51st state, and we have seen that they have talked back to back. We also had some news come out today. U.S. January non-farm payrolls risen 143,000, estimated 169 and previously 307, which is the lowest since October of 2024. More on the market. Gold has reached all-time highs again for another week, testing all-time highs, which brings us into a potential bank crisis. Gold withdrawal requests are flooding into Bank of England. This is the official explanation, but look beyond it and we'll talk about it. A deputy governor at the bank explained that the institution had been flooded with withdrawal requests after gold prices on New York's futures market spiked above the London's cash price. The waiting period for withdrawing bullion from the bank's vaults increased from a few days to several weeks, and more, we'll talk about it, as traders rush to exploit price discrepancies. There's also a growing concern among traders that the U.S. president might impose new tariffs on bullion as part of his trade war. The deputy governor at the bank stressed that while the bank can fulfill withdrawals, he says, the logistical challenges of moving bullion both out of the bank and across borders inevitably causes delays. He mentioned that most of the bank's delivery slots are already occupied by regular customers. In quotes, if you're new to us, you might have to wait a bit longer because of all the current slots being booked. He also said, in quotes, this is a very orderly process. Now, it's important to remember that unlike any other market, gold is a physical asset, which brings real logistical and security challenges. The bank does hold over 400,000 bars that they say mostly on behalf of other central banks and gold dealers. Additionally, the UK's gold reserves are stored there for the treasury. Now, you guys have to remember in March 2023, the whole rock issue where the London Metal Exchange basically discovered that bags of stones were delivered to a warehouse instead of nickel, an incident involving bags owned by JP Morgan Chase and stored in a warehouse owned by Access World. So we know that these banks aren't clean cut. They are criminals just like anybody else. We're now seeing a gold rush happen. So 1 to 2 months wait for delivery is likely translated that there's no gold left in the Bank of England vaults. Moving on, we talked about a potential silver squeeze, and now it is potentially happening. The borrow fee has just spiked on silver, up 12%, which is why you should not short silver. Also, we saw oil prices rise as U.S. issued new sanctions on Iran targeting shipping, energy, and oil companies, bringing us into the JPYX, the JPY currency index, which made an all-time high this week, breaking out of a flag. We have been talking about the Japanese carry trade unwinding a little bit of tin, but is the Kansas City Shuffle the Kansas City going to the Super Bowl or winning the Super Bowl? I mean, it might be far-fetched, but I was thinking about it earlier, like Kansas City Shuffle, which brings us to Roaring Kitty's timeline, right? Anyway, DXY getting a little bit of a sell-off, but attempted to push higher earlier in the week. Nvidia, I want to talk about Nvidia very briefly. Nvidia, this is the 6-month chart. A lot of people don't look at these charts, but I want to look at it from a more macro perspective and actually give us a micro perspective on the stock from the macro. So we see the RSI has gotten well overbought 3 different times on Nvidia, and then there was a major correction both times, and where we are at now, we have not gotten the correction yet. But it shows perfectly that we're likely about to get the correction. On top of that, you need to see that volume has been fading on an overall macro scale of an uptrend. I bring up these points because Nvidia is one of the world's most valuable companies. I'm not sure who's in the lead right now, Nvidia or Apple, but we have been calling out for sell-off on Nvidia, rejecting, coming under the 150 EMA on the daily. And now we have gotten a nice big green candle on the weekly time frame. Is this a time to short Nvidia? I said for Nvidia to watch for it to come back above 130.30, and we got rejected off of that level. This could have been a top for the week and going short into next week alongside the SPY. This is very risky. If Nvidia opens a candle above 133.50, you could easily run calls to 141. I just want you to keep a very close eye on this because I'm going to be talking about an AI stock coming soon that may be a competitor of Nvidia. So have post notifications turned on. Tesla 362. This has been breaking below key supports, and it looks like it's going to bleed further down to 355. Okay, watch that level. In fact, I would like to probably alert Discord right now. Again, still risky to hold over the weekend, but these things are looking very, very bearish, okay? The overall market is likely to have another catalyst over the weekend that is going to cause panic, especially with the setup that we are in. But this is the updated video that I have for you guys. Lastly, I want to leave it off with a massive OpenAI data breach, 20 million accounts allegedly hacked. We just talked about major cybersecurity company HUBC that is up over 100%, I think, since I brought the video at the beginning of the week. Okay, if you haven't watched that video, go watch that now. And if you want more videos and updates like that, subscribe to the channel and have post notifications on. But more importantly, if you want to level yourself up even further, the Discord is the top link in the description of the video, where I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks and crypto all day long. Best vibes, best family in there, guys. I understand completely if you're hesitant on a Discord server. Don't worry about it. I used to be the same way, but think of it this way, right? It's cheaper than a gym membership, likely, and it will also probably pay your bills. Again, nothing's a guarantee, but we have option sweep alerts in there, market news, analyst grades, high success trade flow, and you can see my trades as soon as I take them. Best people, best vibes. You can ask any questions. There are no bad questions. Whether you're just starting or you're advanced, this is a place to go. The link is in the top of the description. There's plenty of other benefits in there, so get in there. Now, if you want to potentially get Discord paid for a month or a year, I don't know how much they'll give you, but the second link in the description is for a free broker. It's Mumu. If you sign up through my link and deposit into your account, they're going to start giving you free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, up to 30 free stocks, and you're getting 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, access to level 2 order book data for free, trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. So go press those links, guys. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Get in the Discord. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.